Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for staying back for this post-lunch session. We're very excited to be here. It's my third time at KLF, and I'm amazed at the audience and the crowd. So let's begin with an eye on time, and we have the clock ticking here. I would get into straight into the book, the new book on Dawood that Hussain has written for us. It is called From Dubai to Karachi. And as you all know, Hussain is India's #1 crime writer. He's been covering the underworld for the long, long time.
Thank
Most celebrated writer in this genre for us. I wanted to ask you, Hussain, you've been writing for so long. What was your, earliest interaction with Dawood or Dawood's story, and how do you see his, his character evolve through these years?
Well, when I started my journalistic career, I never thought that I will be writing so much about Dawood, or at least 5 books so far about him. I wanted to be a journalist who is it working? Hello? Yeah, this works, yeah. So I thought I'll be writing about education, politics, civic issues. I had no clue I'll write about Mumbai Mafia. Then once I wrote a story about a gang war between Dawood Ibrahim and Chota Rajan, and somehow that story went on the front page of Asian Age, and then I got a call from Indian Express. This is where my journey, my interaction about Dawood Ibrahim started in 1995. And since then, whatever I wrote was somehow going in the inside pages, page 3, page 5, page 2. But whenever I wrote about Dawood Ibrahim, it became page 1. I had no clue why. And then in 1997, I met my guru, Mr. Vikram Chandra, who was writing his own book, Sacred Games. And he said, why don't I write a book about Mumbai Mafia? So imagine among all the subjects that I was thinking of writing, I was handed over the subject of writing on Dawood Ibrahim. And the biggest terrorist act of March 12, 1993. That's how I started. And it was Penguin. Please blame it on Penguin Publishers. They are the people
We take all the blame.
who made me write about Dawood Ibrahim and Black Friday. That was the first one. It became a movie. And then I wrote other books. I will not name them, sorry, it's embarrassing. They didn't work very well. But whenever I wrote about Dawood Ibrahim, it got translated to multiple languages, it got made into some movie, and it got much more mileage than others. And then the final book, I was tired of writing about Dawood Ibrahim. After 25 years, you get tired of your wife, you get tired of your family, you get tired of everyone. How can you keep writing about the same old subject of Dawood Ibrahim? I thought I'll stop writing, so I requested her if I can just finish this book here about Dawood Saga, and I'll not write anything more about him. Well, for me, fortunately, there was a food poisoning incident in Karachi a few months ago, and I heaved a sigh of relief that Dawood is now dead and gone. I can easily heave a sigh of relief that he's dead, and this book would be his orbit. But unfortunately for me, he survived. And now he's still safely tucked away somewhere by the Karachi Navy, Pakistan Navy. How about this particular book, Dubai to Karachi? I'll just explain in one line what I've done. I've tried to make it a sequel for Black Friday as well as Dongri to Dubai. So first time you'll see it's a very thick book, and I would say thank you for your patience. Milee is normally a very hard task master, but with me she was very considerate, and she was kind of being patient for 3 years, 4 years while I was trying to finish this book. So it's a sequel of 2 books, A, and B, this book actually portrays the evolution of Dawood Ibrahim from a street level thug in his 20s to now a kingmaker, a power broker in our neighboring state, Pakistan. So that's what you will see his journey, a journey from 1970s to now 2020s. This man is now choosing prime ministers in Pakistan, deposing them. He is electing, he decided Imran Khan will be the prime minister, and then he decided he cannot continue anymore, and the next person will be chosen by Dawood Ibrahim. You have to read the book. There are citations, there are references. Javed Miadas has been extensively quoted. So all these things are there in the book.
Yes, I think for more stories, you have to pick up the book From Dubai to Karachi. But, I do want you to tell us a little bit more about Dawood Ibrahim, the person. For all of you here, Hussain has met him more than once. And I don't know if that's a privilege or a risk, but, you have met him in person. You have followed his career in crime. What was different in him? Because there were other gang lords, but no one captured the imagination of the country like Dawood Ibrahim.
Dawood Ibrahim, I would say, first of all, it's a bit of a correction. I have not met him. I don't want to meet him. I'm not interested in meeting him. Meeting Dawood Ibrahim is not a matter of pride at all. Rather, meeting him would be a major source of embarrassment for anyone who meets him. So I thought I'll not do that mistake. But I've spoken to him extensively on phone several times. And I realized that Dawood Ibrahim is a good salesman. He knows how to sell himself. For example, if he'll talk to film stars, he will project a totally different image. Someone who's a Bollywood buff. There are YouTube interviews about he meeting Rishi Kapoor, he having met Dilip Kumar, and all other film stars. So he will project as he's a film lover. He loves Mumbai industry guys. And we can see all those interviews. But what he exactly does, he will ask his people to threaten them, call them to extort money out of them, make them forcibly work in the movies that he wants, ask them to reduce the price. And if at all someone is going to differ with him, then he has to send him to other world. So that's what Dawood does in reality. With me, he was very suave, very gentle, very civil, very cordial. And because he must have heard somewhere that I am a Lucknowi guy, we have a lot of other tehzeeb, Urdu. So the man, when he came on the phone, was talking to me in chaste Urdu language. And so much so that a man who's from Mumbai, in Mumbai how they speak. I don't know if you guys, have seen Mumbai guys talking. Hey, kya karela be? Chal aaja, bait. Ye khana khayega kya? They speak in this kind of language. It's very uncouth. It's very uncivil, very impolite the way they speak in Bombay. For a small thing on the road, they'll end up in expletives and bad language. Dawood has gone from this type of city to Karachi. But when he was talking to me, he was saying, "Aap mujhse guftagoo karna chahte the. Kya wajah hai aapki?" Now he thinks we all are like from Timbuktu. We don't know all these things, that he's from Mumbai, he's a school dropout. He's dropped out from class 6 in school. How will he learn Urdu? But maybe Karachi guys must have taught him a bit of Urdu. So he was nice with me. But my friend Mr. Neeraj Kumar from Delhi Police, he was the police commissioner in Delhi. He says whenever he has spoken to Dawood, he spoke to Dawood 4 times, and he always saw that Dawood Ibrahim was a tapori. Tapori, a street thug kind of person from Mumbai. So that's what he is.
There's a very interesting character in the book, Hussain, that you describe as Kamal Hussain. And he was one of the catalysts for you writing the book. And describe your encounter with him and, how did he help you in, tying all the loose ends of the story and helped in the narrative?
See, whatever a man tries to do or howsoever smart he tries to become, he cannot do anything worthwhile in his life unless he's supported by women. I'm very clear about this. My publisher is a woman. My wife is sitting right here. So I have to be very careful what I'm saying. I was not going to write this book, Dubai to Karachi. I had, whole cupboard load of books, documents, evidences, and I was very confused. How to write this, how to get everything together, how to narrate it into a story. One fine day, I get a mysterious caller. He's saying, I can give the story of your life if you come to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, where they were going to hold IFA awards. Now, I sometimes try to be discreet. It could be someone trying to bump me off in Abu Dhabi. He's inviting me there. So my wife, who was sitting next to me, she exhorted I should go to Abu Dhabi and meet this man. I said, is this your way of getting rid of me? She said, no, no, don't worry, I'll come with you. Let's go together. She's also a journalist. And then she totally forced me, I won't say persuaded me, she forced me to go to Abu Dhabi. Here, when I'm in IFA Awards, it's been like 2 hours. I can't see a sign of this man anywhere, unless when I saw Mr. Kamal Hassan, the great icon. I mean, I've grown up seeing his movies, watching his movies. If at all I thought in my life I should commit suicide, it was after seeing Kamal Hassan movie, Ek Duje Ke Liye. You know, in that movie, he has committed suicide. In Mumbai, at least 20 couples committed suicide after that. I would have been 21st. But somehow, I saw Rajnikant movies, and I said, I'll not. So now I'm seeing this man who has inspired me so much, and I'm totally enthralled by his speech. And while I'm engrossed whatever he's saying, suddenly a man walks in, nicely dressed, you know, and speaking suave English language. Excuse me, sir, can I sit here? In a very American way. I said, okay. So I thought maybe some Britisher because the accent. He looked like Sean Connery. I mean, in some other time I would have been really happy to meet him. So he sat next to me, and still I'm watching Kamal Hassan. And then he said, sir, my name is Kamal Hassan. And then I looked at him. Now I was totally surprised. Who should I pay attention to? Kamal Hassan there or Kamal Hassan here? See, there's a bit of a difference here. Kamal Hassan, you know, and Kamal Hassan. That was the problem. Well, in 5 minutes of my interaction with him, Kamal Hassan told me such fantastic stories, such, you know, evidence-backed information. I cannot ignore him. And then he kept on forcing me to meet him again and again on his terms. Sometimes in Dubai Emirates launch, sometimes in Sweden, sometimes in US, and he kept on giving me so much story information that then I could not stop from writing this book. And that's how I finished it after getting so much support and help from this man, Kamal Hassan. You have to really read this man in the book to understand what a mysterious, intriguing character. The footnote is, I would not have met him or done the book only if I was not forced by my wife to go to Abu Dhabi. And I suspected she was wanting to get me killed. But anyway, the book is out. Thank you, Veli.
Okay, yes, a huge round of applause to Veli, because I remember chasing Hussain through Veli, and thank you so much for helping out with the book. The other interesting thing, you know, I wanted you to ponder on and share with us is about the choice of the city. So what is Dubai? Why did he leave Dubai? And what was Dawood's connection with Karachi? Why did he choose Karachi?
Well, you know, for Mumbai citizens, Dubai is like about 2.5 hours away. It was a free city. At that time, you will get visa on arrival. And anyone can go there as a tourist. Anyone can get a job in Dubai. It was a very accessible city at that time. Dubai were also looking for some collaboration and partners in Mumbai. So when Dawood decided to escape from Mumbai, he thought he will settle down in Dubai, and he had some Arabs, some sheikhs there who were willing to be his partner. He was trying to do something in real estate. He was trying to set up some some gold smuggling between Dubai and Mumbai. So that's how he chose Dubai. And there he started planning all those big operations against India. For example, the serial blast of '93 the plot was hatched in Dubai. Whole preparation, the way these boys who came from Mumbai and then gone to Pakistan via Dubai, it all happened in Dubai. So maybe Dawood would have never left in Dubai because he enjoyed being there. He was meeting film stars, all Indian film stars were coming there. He was hobnobbing with Pakistani cricketers. He had access to a lot of money, a lot of power. But after 1993, Indian government tried to have extradition treaty between Dubai. So this is where, between Dawood and Dubai, things got a bit uncomfortable. And he realized if they signed up the extradition treaty, he might be handed over to Indian government. So he moved from Dubai in 1994 to another safer country, which is Pakistan. So which is why he went to Karachi. Now in this book, you will see that initial few years, Dawood was not very happy there. between 94 and 97, Dawood did not have a very good flourishing career. But after 98, he kind of got totally settled, and then he decided to make Karachi as his home.
You also mentioned in the book about the connections, and he knew people there. Why Karachi specifically, and not, let's say, another city like Lahore, Islamabad? What was so special about the city?
See, Karachi is a city. I don't know if you have been to Karachi or Pakistan, but Karachi has a very similar culture to Mumbai. They speak the language that Mumbai guys do. They have like a lot of fascination towards film industry. They have their own industry. They have the whole place, the way it is designed, a beach. In fact, even their shrines. For example, Abdullah Shah Baba Ghazi Dargah, behind which Dawood has a house, it's so much like Makhdoom Shah Dargah of Mahim. The Clifton Beach, I mean, this Calicut beach is a bit different, but Clifton Beach is so similar to Mumbai beach, Chowpatty. So I'm saying the city is almost like a replica of Mumbai. When Dawood went there, maybe he was still thinking whether he should go to Islamabad. But then Asif Zardari, the husband of late Benazir Bhutto, he's a big racketeer. He was known as a 10% guy. He used to always charge 10% cut for whatever government projects he will get cleared by the government. So Dawood and Asif somehow met, and they both became friends. Asif wanted one tough guy. You all know that politicians will not survive unless they have someone to do dirty job for them. Dawood Ibrahim became that guy for Asif Zardari. And Asif was aspiring to become the Prime Minister of Pakistan, which ultimately became the president with the help of Dawood Ibrahim. So Dawood got the shelter, and Asif Zardari got kind of support that he should. That's how he decided Karachi is a city which is advantageous for him, and he should be there and try to grow better, more, stronger, powerful, financially, whatever he can. So which is I'm saying that Dawood is bigger than President of Pakistan in Pakistan. Who is bigger than the kingmaker?
Yeah, I think that's the famous, one of my favorite sentences from the book, the kingmaker is bigger than the king.
Yeah.
And you talk extensively about his influence on Pakistani politics and who becomes the prime minister and so
Yeah, I've
on.
clearly explained Imran Khan. Like Javed Mehrdad in one of his interviews said that Imran Khan was made president, prime minister by us. And then someone asked him who. He said, I can't give his name, but kuch Allah ke pyare bande hain. Who is Allah ke pyare bande in Pakistan? Now Javed Mehrdad, we all know, is a relative of Dawood. His son is married to Dawood's daughter Mahrukh. So they both are related. So Javed is the best person to speak on behalf of Dawood, and whatever he says should not be dismissed as just a thought of an empty mind. So the whole thing is about his interview, the citations. I mean, you'll read in the book, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there are a lot of instances that how Asif Zardari was promoted, how so much of slush funds were used to promote him, how Imran Khan got embroiled into corruption in that Abdul Qadir Trust case. So Dawood was the person who was instrumental in everything. I mean, he had his diktat right from lower court to Supreme Court of Pakistan. You can imagine how powerful the man would be there. And why does he want to come to India after that?
So, he's still very powerful, very active. Is the D company also still active in India?
I would say he has people lying low. They don't now orchestrate any more killings or any violent incidents. They are not so much clearly involved. But financially, they are there in Mumbai. And they are still involved in Hawala deals, gold smuggling. Sometimes they also rig share market. So they are there behind the scenes. But they don't kill anymore. They don't threaten people anymore. He's involved in real estate so much. So D company is there, but not in a very open, apparent manner. They are behind the scenes now.
Yeah, but he still holds some influence, even though, he is not in India anymore. And any little news about him becomes big news in India still.
Yeah, that's the problem with the media, that even a small food poisoning incident where he'll go to a hospital for 3 hours, 4 hours, will become a national headline. Our newspaper will report on him for a week, and our television is going to run the major headline for 3 days at least. What happened to Dawood? Is he alive? Who's behind it? So those kind of things. We all are totally stories starved about Dawood Ibrahim. We need like Dawood in media.
The book ends with a question, and you say, for how long? So, do you think the Indian government will ever be able to bring him back? What do you see as the future of Dawood Ibrahim in the next 5-10 years?
Well, that much is sure that Dawood will not come to India at all. One. And B, our government is not interested in bringing him back. We all want one favorite villain somewhere who's not here, and we can blame everything on him. So Dawood Ibrahim is that villain that India wants. Ram Jethmalani. And Ram Jethmalani, in fact, interceded on his behalf to the Maharashtra government that he is interested in surrendering on 3 conditions. It was a very simple condition. So government refused. They said we cannot let a gangster dictate terms to us. The whole thing is, after him, say maybe 10 years after that, when Abu Salim was arrested in Portugal, and they had about 3-year-long battle between Lisbon court and between Indian police. Finally, they could get him after accepting 8 conditions from Abu Salim. So what you accepted for Abu Salim, why did you do that for Dawood Ibrahim? So it shows that maybe they can get small-time guys, but they don't want Dawood Ibrahim at all back in India. So he'll continue to be there, and he will continue to cause havoc, whatever he's causing here in India, as long as he wants.
Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to open the floor for questions. So if you have any question, please raise your hand and we will get the mic to you. To the gentleman in the center.
Hi, Hussain sir.
Hi.
So, would I like to know whether you have been scared of your life because of your writing, such bold writing against such powerful persons in Mumbai.
Twice I was. Karna says, whoever is not afraid is a man made of wood. वो योद्धा काट के होते हैं जो भयभीत नहीं होते. So twice I was scared. Once when someone mentioned my son, that they are aware that my son is in school and is 6-year-old. So he was 6 at that time. So today he's a very muscular, strong man. Maybe he can take care of 10 people himself. But at that time he was a small boy. So when I was threatened, I was, for a father to mention his son's name is something which will be totally psychologically demoralizing. But I did something very crazy. I told him, you don't have the full information about my boy. My son is 6-year-old, studying in Saraswati Vidyalaya in class 2C. His name is Ali. The man who was there on the other line of the phone could not respond to this. I could hear his breathing. I saw that he was very angry with this response, but he just kept the phone down. So that was once I was scared. And second time, he said that he will ensure that my family is killed and wiped out because I wrote one story against him, against Chota Shakil, that how he's having an affair with a wife of his boy. There was a guy working for Chota Shakil, and Shakil was having an affair with his wife when he was in jail. So he said, I will kill your family and not you, so that you understand what you have done to me. So then for a few days, I tried to run away from city, and I realized that I should not be running so much for my life. So then after that, I took visa from Pakistan. I traveled to Pakistan. I went to Karachi. I called Chota Shakil. I said, I am here in Karachi, standing right in front of McDonald's, in front of the airport. I'll be here for 2 hours. Send your people, get me killed. And then Shakil immediately changed his track. He said, no, I'm not in Pakistan. And why should I kill you? Why have you come to Pakistan? All that. And the man was going to kill me, suddenly changed his whole plan to kill me. So twice it has happened that I was a bit scared, but I reacted in a very crazy manner. After that, it did not. Nothing has happened.
Well, okay, to the gentleman in blue. Can you please pass the mic to him?
I have the mic, sorry. I was going to ask a quick question, if you mind. Oh, I have to stand up. All right.
Yes, okay.
Well, I'm from Spain, so I just kind of been to Mumbai over the years. And I was surprised a few years ago when there was a news that Dawood's cousin was detained in Barcelona, which is my home city. and that somehow his family members were there operating for many years and using it as a base of operations in Europe. So I was curious to know more about like his family and what do we know about their whereabouts and if they're like, operating on a global basis. Because for me, that was a surprise to know that, they're exactly in my neighborhood in that way.
Where do you live, you said?
Barcelona, Spain.
So he wants to know that what Dawood's family is doing there. For these guys who have grown up in Pakistan or who have been involved in any kind of illegal activities, they immediately go to European or American cities for legitimization of their operations. They will go, they'll open a petrol pump or a hotel because that will immediately allow them to become legit. So Dawood's family and a lot of friends of Dawood have gone to states, various cities in Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, and they have the business enterprise. Now, unless they do something illegal or there is some suspicious movement of money between US and Pakistan, FBI and CIA will not take note of that. So that's how, if they are being legit and they're not committing any kind of unlawful activities, then they'll be allowed to continue with their operations. So I guess the FBI or CIA has to chase them, keep them under radar, put them under surveillance to realize if there's any connection between them. They had one person, Kamran Afridi. You can read the story about this man in my book. He was a friend of Dawood Ibrahim, and CIA cultivated him as an informer. This guy, they were going to use him as a witness against Jabir Motiwala in a London court. But somehow, Dawood pulled strings in such a way that Kamran Afridi turned away from his testimony and Jabir Motiwala was acquitted from a London court. So my whole point is this man is so capable that he can pull strings, he can even defeat CIA ideas and the police of the courts in London. So all this is possible in for states, not just Pakistan. I hope I managed to answer it. Thank you.
Zaidi sir, Dawood had followed in the footsteps of Haji Mastan.
Yeah.
Was that the starting of Mumbai underworld, or before Haji Mastan also something was there?
I've written a book called Dongle to Dubai, where I wrote that Mumbai underworld started their operations from 1947 onwards. In fact, Karim Lala came to Mumbai from Afghanistan in 1933. So Pathan Mafia has been active in Mumbai from 1930s. But after 47, they had gangs on the regional areas. Allahabadi gang, Jaunpuri gang, and Lucknowi gang, and Saharanpuri gang. Those gangs were operating in Mumbai, but in a very small way. However, they started becoming fully organized from Wahab Pelwan, then Bashu Dada. Now, Haji Mastan was just a gold smuggler. I won't say that Dawood was following in his footsteps, because Dawood became much bigger than Haji Mastan. Once, when Haji Mastan humiliated this guy, Ibrahim Kaskar, Dawood was very angry. And then he decided to finish off Haji Mastan, which eventually we know that he ensured that Haji Mastan should not remain a powerful person anymore. So he kind of built his own mega corporation in his own conglomerate in such a way that he became numero uno. I won't say that he followed Haji Mastan. And like underworld was there before Haji Mastan, and it remained even after Haji Mastan. He became very glamorized because of movies, Diwar and all those films that we have seen, Rajnikant. Yeah. There is no evidence or reference that these two guys were trained by IB to travel to Dubai and kill Dawood Ibrahim. So I would say let certain things remain under mystery. You will be happy, I'll be happy. My children are still young. I have to take care of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hussain. We are completely out of time, but thank you for being here today. And if you want to know more, please read Hussain's new book, From Dubai to Karachi.
Please do. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.